Hey everyone, we're going to talk a little bit about fascia and how having a surgery such as pacemaker can affect the fascial system and how we can do some release and some work on that. So your fascia, really in more recent years, we've learned how important it is and how it really connects you from head to toe. So if you were to remove all your bones, organs, skin, everything, you'd actually have a perfect outline of every bit of that with your fascia. So it's pretty remarkable how it does intertwine and connect everything together. And so if you have any type of incision, it's basically going to it's going to cut that fascia, and it's going to, as it scars, pull that fascia kind of tight there. So what we're going to do today is work on releasing that a little bit. So something you can really easily do on your own. I'm going to show you in sitting, but you can definitely lie down and relax a little bit more with this if you want to. It's best to use your hand directly on skin. It's not crucial, but you're going to be able to feel things a lot more if you do this directly over your skin. So what you're going to do is going to place your hand over the pacemaker, and you're not trying to press into the pacemaker to pull it, which, personally mine's not uncomfortable at all, so I can do that. But really what you're doing is you're trying to use more fingertips and your palms. So the middle of your hand is sort of resting on the pacemaker, but it's not really tugging on it necessarily. And then I'm just going to sort of pull all this tissue kind of inward. And if you really focus, you'll feel a lot of things happen. Like when I pull just straight this way, I feel a lot of things even back behind pulling. So it just shows kind of how that fascia is all connected. And you're not necessarily, trying to just rip things apart here by any means. The fascia, you want to be fairly gentle. So I'm just kind of pulling until I feel a little bit of a barrier. And then I'm just going to kind of shift back, kind of go the other direction with it, and kind of find a barrier there. And then you can just kind of gently go back and forth with this. And you can really take your time with it. Fascia can take some time to release, so a minute and a half or more is very reasonable. It wouldn't be crazy if you do something like 5 minutes of just back and forth, especially when you first start to do this. And then we'll do the same thing, going up and down with this. Just kind of pulling. Now, if for any reason you do feel uncomfortable kind of having your hand placed over your pacemaker, you can kind of do it individually. So, my pacemaker's right here. I can kind of come to just to the inside of it, and I can still work on, just kind of pulling through here. You're still going to get some good work by doing that, and then you would obviously come to the other side, same thing, and then you could come above and below as well. And again, there's no real specific time that you're going to work on doing this, but you're just going to simply kind of pull, work on that, stretch it. Once you really release the fascia, it should stay really well. So this isn't necessarily something you have to do on a really regular basis. Once you feel like you've really released it, you really should be good at that point. But that's just a great way to do some self myofascial release and try to get things moving a little bit. For me, I've really found this been very beneficial. Like my shoulder sets back in a much more neutral position now that I've worked on that, because this is not being pulled forward. So hopefully it'll give you guys some relief, especially if you're having any painful complaints or just feeling really restricted with your movement. It should really make a difference. I hope that helps.